Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is MC here. Uh, Here I have a video that I did. Basically, I'm fixing a haircut here that gentleman tried to cut at home during the quarantine time. It's one of my cousins, so he asked me to fix the problem he created. So here it is. He basically took the machine and went around, as you can see, with like probably I would say no guard open blade, which is about half 0.5, and he saw that it didn't go, so he asked me if I could fix it for him. So here we go from really homework to a trendy haircut. First thing I do is as you can see, I section off the top, and then I'm gonna work on the sides. Uh, I'm gonna use a razor to remove the bulk of the hair, the weight on the perimeter there. You could use like a clipper over comb or scissor over comb, but I chose to use a razor. I like using razor for many reasons. One reason is that the way the razor operates is different from scissors. So scissors you do a lot of finger movements, and with over the time you can develop carpal tunnel. So using a wrist, in this case, using a razor, you give a break to your fingers and you use your whole arm. So that's one of the reasons that I like using razor. So basically I try to use razor whenever possible because of that reason. Also different textures of the hair, which is very important. And also razor gives you different texture. So as you can see, with a razor I remove the bulk and I kind of sculpt the hair, and really gives you really nice blend. I mean, razor is amazing. So that's the reason I chose razor here, just to remove the bulk, give break to my hand, and just practice my technique there, the sculpting technique. No matter how much you do it, I believe that you can always get better. You always get more, refine your techniques, it's just the small things make huge difference. Things that we overlook, when we do techniques. This is what makes difference between average, like master, uh, average, excuse me, average professional from the master. That's what separates them. I'm not just talking haircutting, but in everything. The master, over times, he refines those fine things that we just overlook. Just we just don't pay attention to it. Uh, but they show up in the final results for sure. I hope that you are understanding what I'm trying to say. So here, now that I removed most of the bulk, now I'm using guards here in my clippers, and I'm using 1.5. And it's kind of just removing a little bit more of the weight of the hair. Because of the way his hair grows, it wasn't kind of possible to do it with a razor. Otherwise, depends on the certain textures of the hair. You can use a razor all the way down to the taper. I mean, really, literally all the way down to the taper. But if the person's hair grows in the different directions, very close down to the scalp, if it's not, it's easier. The razor is definitely easier to use on the pokier hair, like the hair that's kind of like, I wouldn't say like literally poking out, but the hair kind of like almost like on the hair that's on the mannequins type of look, or excuse me, type of texture that kind of like sticks out a little bit. It's easier to cut with a razor. So once that was done, I started my taper here with my edges. My edges are zero gapped, so basically pretty much down to the skin. And I keep this very low. I want to keep this a low taper. What I'm trying to do here for him is basically just start a fade from 0 and connect, remove all that bulk that he left and connect it to the top. So once that was done, I used my half guard. Now I'm using my one guard. You can always use a clipper overcomb with the guards. That gives you a little bit more kind of it doesn't give you like, it doesn't leave lines. Acts almost as a blending shears. And here we are just fading. Fading for me is probably the easiest part of our industry. I know that barbers, stylists find it kind of difficult, but that's because if you don't do something every day, and it's foreign to you, you think it's difficult, but it really is not. I mean, for me, using scissors or razor or styling, in particular, is extremely difficult. It's way more difficult than fading. I mean, if you look at the videos on YouTube, you have thousands of different haircuts on YouTube. I mean, fades look excellent, but pay attention to the styling, and scissor work and razor work, and you will see there the huge difference between, fading and styling. For me, fading has basically 3 steps. For me, I use 1.5 to start my, to create a foundation for my hairstyle, to remove the bulk and create a foundation for the fade. Then you start your fade, whether it's with 0 or with half or 1, and just remove the line in between. Let's say if you started your fade, like in this case, from 0, then you just remove the line between 0 and 1.5. I mean, it's not really rocket science. So now I'm going to keep the top pretty long, but I want to create some texture. So as you can see, I'm going to use razor again. I'm going to create a texture in the hair and really just removes very little bit of the length. Creating texture inside a hair, whether it's with the razor or with scissors, is very important. It gives the body to the style, and it also keeps it throughout the day, keeps the style holding. If it has no texture, if you don't have no short hair inside the hair to support that style, basically the hair just weighs itself down and collapses. So it is very important that you, especially on the hair that's like very straight, such as mine, or like a straight Asian hair, for example, if you don't create some type of texture inside the hair, it will not hold. And now basically what we're doing is just styling. We always start styling or blow drying the hair from the back or from the crown, and work ourselves towards the front. And that way we can get to the roots, going section by section. Eventually, guys, we are now in quarantine. I was just about starting to record and make the instructional videos on my, all my techniques, but now we kind of got in lockdown, so we couldn't do anything. But eventually, I'm gonna do it. So here is your before, and here is your after. You have a nice low fade with versatile style. You can push it straight back. You can comb it to one side. You can comb it to the other side. You can style as you like. You can just slick it straight back, or create a pompadour, and it's really nice and trendy. So we came to his rescue, and hooked him up. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate. Put a thumbs up and share my videos, share the knowledge. I would really appreciate that very much. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. God willing, we'll get through this, and hopefully we get back to this soon. Take care of yourself.